Good morning. Here's a tour of the garden today. Look how pretty the knockout roses are. It rained so hard last night. Peonies are doing very well this year. It's exciting. This one is a first year plant. So I was actually surprised there's a bud. I'm excited for that. These are also first year plants, and this one actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one probably needs more sun, but yeah. So pretty. What else do I have in the garden this year? A lot of weed. As always, we have dahlias. These are the dwarf dahlias, so they stay pretty small. And the lily. And I have 2 zinnias. I learned my lesson with the tall zinnias last year, so I got some dwarf ones. Tons of weed. I'm always pulling out weeds. Fun. The sedum in here is not doing well. I guess it's because it's too shady. And I'm thinking about putting 2 clematis, one on each side of the front porch. So we'll see. This is my newest addition, the bougainville, I think. I don't know what I'm gonna put her in yet. That's why she's in this temporary housing. We'll see. She does have to go inside in the winter, so I can't put her in like a giant container or anything, or in the ground. Here's 2 clematis that I bought yesterday from Trader Joe's. They were $12 each. One white with like some purple, one purple, light purple with some white, and a lemongrass plant that I took home from my parents. Here in the first hanging basket is these. It's called fuchsia. And I'm thinking over here I have impatient. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but I'm thinking I might combine the 2 so that, because this kind of drops out, like flows out of the basket, and that kind of goes upwards. So if I combine the 2, it might be pretty. I don't know, we'll see. My gardenia that was inside is suffering a little bit. I probably need to repot it. I got it. It was in a pretty small pot. Probably repot it. I brought my plumeria out. This one needs to be repotted. This is the biggest one, the oldest one. But she's getting new growth again for the year. These 2 are newer. I just repotted this one. I need to repot this one, but leaves are coming back, so that's exciting. This is a desert rose, and then these are very wet. I'm gonna move them out to the sun so they can dry out. These are bougainvilles that I ordered from Etsy. I'm putting them here so that the sun can dry them out a little bit. But it was raining very hard last night. Another miniature impatient that's not doing that well. I don't know if this needs sun or shade or what. It was like dying when I had it in the sun, so I moved it into the shade. Partial shade. Hydrangeas are doing really well. Like last year I had 0 flower. This year, almost every stem has a flower, so that's super exciting. Okay, here's 2 more knockouts. These are in the shade, so they're not doing very, I mean, they have a lot of flowers for being in the shade, but they perform much better if I had, more sun. This big old tree is blocking all the light. See, tulips are done. Lilac, they bloomed finally after like years. It did bloom, but they're done. Is that a baby lilac? It looks like it might be. Do lilacs spread? I don't know. Camellias bloomed this year. You don't see any more. Here is another first year peony. But this one actually has a flower too, so that's exciting. And azaleas are just about done. Another first year peony that's much smaller. It doesn't get barely any sun here. And 3 more first year peonies that are also much smaller. And somewhere in here there's a poison ivy vine that left me with many scars. Rhododendron, they're blooming. And let's see what else I have. Hibiscus. And I have a rose that I just planted there. I don't know if it'll survive. I need to mulch it. In the backyard I have the hostas, which have gotten huge. You can't really tell how big it is. Oh, and I hate this plant. I need to cut it. It got so big since like literally yesterday. It's super invasive and I don't know where it came from, but we've been getting it everywhere. I need to cut that really bad. But look at the hostas. Like, this is my hand for size for one leaf. They're crazy. This rose bush needs to be trimmed down. She gets a lot of sun out here and she gets very pretty, but she's also very prone to disease. So, and over here, these are the 2 figs that I got from my friend. They've gotten very tall. There were fruits on them earlier, like a few weeks ago, but I don't know what happened to the fruits. This is another one of my favorite rose bushes. The flowers are really, they have a lot of petals. Like, oh, you can't really tell, but, and it has so many blooms this year, so I'm quite proud of it. And then we have New Dawn, New Dawn, which I have to move. I didn't realize New Dawn was a climber, so she needs to be moved. It's so heavy from the rain. And then we have my blueberry bush that's actually doing very well. Lots of fruits. I didn't plant this here. It was from the previous owner, but we kept it and it gives us a lot of fruits every year. In the summer I just pick off the tree and eat. And then one of my friends gave me a raspberry bush. I have 2 in here and they just exploded, so I need to do there's a lot of raspberry bushes in here. Are there fruits? I think there are little fruits. This is also another one of my favorite rose bushes. She's very, very prone to diseases though. Like almost every year I have to cut her down. And something's been eating her, so that's not great. Here is the star of the garden at the moment. Wisteria! I'm gonna move her, I think. She's taking up a lot of sun space. I don't know yet, we'll see. But yeah, she's very pretty. I love Wisteria. And she grew very, very fast. But up the hill I have, you know, my fruit trees. We're not gonna go up there today. There's not a ton of development going on up there. I have the peach tree. Okay, I'll go up. I have the peach tree that has a lot of fruits. However, it has like a fungus infection. So I don't really know what to do with it. I think we just have to wait until the fall and treat it, and then next year hopefully it'll do better. Look, there's quite a few fruits on here. So actually it dropped a lot. Look how bare it looks. It used to be super full of leaves, but it's just struggling, and I don't know. I'm gonna spray all of the vines along the fence. So I have, up here I have that hill. This is a plum tree. And then I have an apple tree here that's dying. I'm gonna replace that with a jujube. And then this is another apple tree that had fruits. It had 3 fruits and it dropped. This is my favorite tree. I trimmed this tree quite a bit to get it like into this almost ball shape. But I'm very proud of this tree. This branch needs to go. Yeah, very, very proud of this tree. This is an Asian pear, I think. Giant Asian pear. There's no fruits. Did get us some flowers this year. This is a pomegranate, and I don't know if this will ever give me fruits here in zone 7. It's a cold hardy pomegranate, so we'll see. And then I have a persimmon. We also have some rose bushes back here. One is kind of struggling. Another that's kind of struggling. So I'm thinking I might put my clematis like right here where it gets sun. And then it could crawl on the fence. That's what I am hoping. We'll see. And then I have a magnolia that I got from the county. It did give me a flower. Oh, another flower. And then some more roses. I don't know why my husband didn't mulch that one. Alright, so over here we have one rose plant that is gone. I don't know where. There's another. I have a couple of rose bushes over here. Oh, look! We're gonna get a flower, guys! These are all, I planted them last summer. Oh, there's a couple of flowers. And I really thought they would not survive because I ordered them online and they came very like moldy. So I don't know. Okay, here we have 2 tomatoes. One I bought, one that my neighbor gave me. Tons of weed, of course. I had asparagus in here that I pulled out because the rooting system was just too much for me. So I hope I got them all out. I had 3, I had 2. Then I have a couple of chili plants. This little baby one my neighbor gave me. I don't know if it'll survive. There's another one that she gave me. Those are bell peppers. 2, 3, 4. We don't even eat bell peppers. These are 2 dragon cayennes. And then this is a jalapeno. Something ate all of my moss roses. But I have plumerias and moss rose in here. A cucumber from my father-in-law. I have a ton of elephant ears that I've just been pulling out. I'm keeping these 3. One for myself, a couple for my friends. Oh, we have morning glory, ramu. I don't know what it's called, ramu. I think it's morning glory here, growing here. They're coming up. I just directly sowed it into the ground. There they are. I will probably transplant them once they're a little bit bigger. Gina just straightened it out. And I have mom tơi, Malabar spinach coming up too. So much weed. It's endless weeding. How do you guys control it? And then lettuce, which is a little late. But here we are. Then I have 2 eggplants that the rabbits or the groundhog has decided to eat the leaves off of. So there's that. And then I have lalop. But I forgot what the word is. But yeah, that's my garden so far this spring. We have a ton of weed. We have lots going on.